Then you are welcome back to the class. I haven't gone through the isometric orthographic and sectioning. This session now, I want to look at part list. For every assembly drawing, it is necessary to generate a what is called a part list. And so we are going to take this now. So we go to annotate. Under annotate, you will see what is called a part list here. And then the part list need to be labeled by what is called a leader. Uh, uh, that's what we have in the leader text, but we won't be using that. We'll be using the one with the bubble because it's necessary to produce a number in the bubble. So I'm going to do that. For let me start with this. Now click on the bubble. This is my part one, and here we go. Here we go. So I have my part one. Okay, then I can continue. Then my part two. Here is it. So we go, and then part two is this. Part three is this. So here we go, and then part three. Then here we have our part four. So we have this. Okay. So the parts are being labeled. Now we generate the part list. Usually the part list is placed at the right hand bottom. So we click on this part list. We then select the view, which is this. Then we can okay. So we have our part list here. Okay. So this gives us the details of the part list. You can see here part one, as we have labeled this of the individual parts. We have part two, as we have labeled this part three, and then part four. The description here is to provide us where would I love it to be? Okay. Um, without the each of the parts being manufactured. So I'm going to double click on this. I'm going to double click on this. So here, part one is best produced by milling operation on the lathe. Same apply to part two, milling operation on the lathe. That's by my judgment. Then part three is produced by turning and uh, and threading on the lathe machine. Sorry, the milling is done on the milling machine, and then the knot is purchased, so that can be purchased. I think something is not right here. So here is milling. Okay, now that is that. Okay, another thing I would like to change is this part number. I want to call this not part number, but this is my part name, and probably this is my part number or item name. Okay, that could leave it as item one to four, but this is my part name. So I want to change that. So I'm going to double click this again. Okay, so come here so we can include part name. There's nothing like that here, so I can set a new property and I call that property part name. Okay, capital letters. So I have a part name. So I okay. You can see part name here. So I'm going to remove part number because part number is not what I want. So my part name should come before my description. Okay, so I'm removing part number. I'm going to remove part number from the list. So I okay, and I apply and okay. So my part name here will now be my part one. So here will be part one as we have named it. We have part two. Here we have part three. Here we have part four. This is Okay, this is my complete part list. This is very essential in uh, any drawing, any assembly drawing, that you have to produce the part list. So that gives us the parts, the part number, the part name. The quantity of each of the part is also indicated in the part list. This is very essential. This could actually be done either on isometric drawing or on the orthographic drawing. So please, you can take note that where necessary or where applicable, it could be either on the isometric drawing or on the orthographic drawing. So here is how to prepare your part list. And this brings us to the end of the topic, assembly and working drawing. Thank you for listening.